I want to thank you for this first episode of the Techno Reviewer. Today I will be showing you Google Glass. The version I have here is the UK version, and it's the Explorer edition in charcoal black. What does Google Glass do? This is something we will be discussing today, as well as what's it like to live with Google Glass, as well as what comes in the box. So let's start from the latter, which is what comes in the box, and I will show you that I will show you the unpacking of Google Glass. Right, okay, so here we have the box, and ready to start the unboxing. So let me just move some stuff out of the way. And there you go. Right, so what comes in the box? First of all, we can see that they've got there's a quick start, or let's get started guide, and it just sort of gives you a quick idea of what needs to be done to start Google Glass and actually start using it. It's got turn on by the device by pressing the power button, which is situated on the side. You can adjust the nose bridge. You can sort of twist and move the nose bridge so it's accurate for your field of vision, and then you can position the display. As I will show you shortly, the display moves in the sense that you can focus on it much clearer. Now, next thing, obviously there's this piece of paper of some sort, and then we've got our glass itself. Now this is the Google Glass XEC rather, sorry, the third generation of Google Glass. You can spot this by several different features, as mentioned by different people. The first of which, the screw on the inside that you will use to change from the frames to the prescription frames, is black rather than silver, and I will show you if I can focus. Okay, it's not focusing, but if you trust me anyway, there's a screw inside there which is black in colour. That's the only reason. The next way to tell whether this is the third edition is by the nose pads. The older ones used to have sort of a round shaped frame, so that you couldn't sort of really twist them as such, whereas these ones, they're more they feel softer, so that's possibly the best way to describe it. Now, the older ones used to sort of hurt the top of the nose, whereas these ones don't. And the other way that I am aware that you can tell is that now the branding is designed by Google is at the bottom here, and also it's got the CE marking, which is the as far as I understand, I think it's the European standards of electronics of some sort. Anyway, it's just the CE marking is at the bottom as well. I think the older version used to have it here on this side, so they've moved it underneath. What's on Google Glass? So we have the capture button, which is situated right here at the top. We have the power button, which is right there, so it's on the inside. And then we've got our four-way touchpad. Although there's only 3 real gestures that you can use on Google Glass, the fourth gesture I've not come across actually working or being able to use it, but you can sort of swipe up as well. The reason why I can say that this works is because swiping up does actually move the image up slightly, so it does work as a gesture. So it does work sort of the swipe forward, swipe back, swipe up and swipe down. Now the swipe down is the function that you will use the most for exiting and closing and getting the glass to go to sleep. And then the final gesture, it's obviously tap, and tap is obviously to enter and accept, basically all those functions. On the inside we have the little glass logo, which is the I originally thought it was a button, and it feels like a button, but as far as I understand, this is the part that will press against your skull, and we'll get the oh, what's it called now? Bone transmitting. It'll come to me later. But anyway, the sound, you don't get sound through the speaker as such. It vibrates your skull via this. I get this little sort of switch or thing that vibrates against your skull and transmits sounds in your head. The other thing you've got, which as far as I understand is an experimental at the moment, there is a sensor. There's two sensors right there, and these two sensors are for wink detection, these kind of things. And then there's a microphone right in the center of the two, which picks up your voice. At the front of glass, we've got the camera with the swivel. What's it called now? Oh, I should have come prepared. The glass lens, which is a prism. That's the one. So we've got the prism at the front, and as you can see, the prism can move and you can adjust it that way. And obviously then you've got your nose bridge sort of pads, and they can be adjusted as well. This one comes with this headband. This is the charcoal grey, and it's got 2 GB of RAM, 16 GB of internal memory. Only 12 of it is accessible, and it's running XC22, which is the latest so far. Well, at the time of this video, it will be the latest version that is accessible or downloadable onto your glass device. Inside the box, we've got an insert which we can remove, which sort of gives you the same thing that I've just said. So you've got listen, which is for this part at the bottom over there. So as I put this inside, you've got listen, which is part here. On off, touch, it's on this side. Capture, this button here, and see, it's there. We get a pouch. This is Google Glass pouch, and it's the same exact pouch that was in version on the US version, or on version 1 and version 2. They've always had the same one, which has got sort of a reinforced bottom of the bag, which is for the top of glass, and then we've got the nice insert, which is quite soft, microfiber as far as I understand. And it says this pouch has been crafted from Japanese microfiber made from recycled materials, designed to be both light and durable. It protects your glass and its accessories. Now it says it's accessories, but I don't think that you'll be able to really put accessories with glass. It sort of doesn't make sense having things rattling around in the bag when you've got glass, and you could potentially damage it. So I would say glass on its own. Inside the pouch we get the very nice thick piece of cardboard. I think it's cardboard, which all it sort of holds is a tiny little earpiece, and it's the loop earpiece. So what it does, it basically the sound. Okay, I have to admit the sound quality in Google Glass is not the greatest, so I wouldn't really use it to listen to music. So Google created this, which is the earpiece for glass. It loops inside your ear, so you fit this inside the ear, and then you push the wire in, and it loops inside. It sort of holds it in place that way, and this fits underneath glass, so it just plugs in directly under glass, and you can literally just plug it in, and you've got sound coming out of here. The earpiece is a mono earpiece. It does not carry stereo sound, as you can see. There is a stereo sound available for purchase, but I'm not sure of the price, but as far as I understand, they're ridiculously expensive. Now this is the most interesting part of Google Glass. Now, as you can see, it comes with obviously you get a little box which contains your instructions and your spare nose pads and your sort of literature that you would get. But what it does also have is the power cable. Now I say power cable because although it's a sync cable which you can connect to your computer. Unless you are a developer, this cable is useless to connect to a computer. Realistically, they could have just made for anyone else a standard charger, because although okay, people are going to start slating me on the comments, so I'm going to rephrase this. This cable is good. It's actually a very nicely designed cable. It doesn't really get tangled. It's nice and thick. It's color coded, so you won't really get it wrong. You know which way it's going to go. It sort of goes that the cable always faces away from glass, so when you plug it in, it's always going to be at the back, so you're not going to plug it in the wrong way and damage your glass. But it's a USB cable. Note that there is no charger, there is no power supply. I'm not sure why, but I am assuming that what has happened here, to keep costs down perhaps, or Google has realised that people don't really use the charger, they use their computer. They probably already have a charger, because most people have USB chargers. Come on, nowadays every phone comes with a USB charger, so chances are you're going to use the same one. And what it is, it's you're not going to carry around. It's sort of because the battery of it's not really good. It doesn't really last long, so you're probably going to carry the cable around with you. In which case, you're not really going to carry the charger, and you probably will have a source of a USB port somewhere to plug it into to charge it. Now, the cable does sync photographs as well, so you'll be able to synchronize the photos that you've taken with Google Glass and on your computer. But you will not really be able to do anything else. What I mentioned earlier, unless you're a developer, a USB cable is useless. It's not the fact that you need to be a developer to use the USB cable, but it's because apart from synchronizing your photographs, which are automatically synchronized with Google, there is no need to connect it to a computer, unless it's for charging. So that's that. I will show you as an extra what actually comes as the bottom part of the box in the US version of the box. Now, I have the US version here of the box. That's the shades, I will show that later. Now, the bottom part of the box of the US version, as you can see, also has a USB charger. This is why I don't understand why they have not done the same thing with the UK version, because although, like I mentioned earlier, most people will already have a USB charger, it doesn't mean that they won't need a second one. You could have your USB charger for your phone connected into the mains and charging your phone, and you could also have glass charging at the same time. In this case, you can only have one at a time. And it's nice, the US one, it's quite nice. You've got dual colour and it's black on white on the top. So for this video, this is the unboxing. Check the review of how to use Google Glass and how it works on the later video. Thank you for watching the TheTechnoReviewer.